Imagine a king so obsessed with luxury, he filled entire ponds with rose water just to bathe, all while his people were starving. This is the unbelievable story of a ruler who chose fragrance over food. Once, there was a kingdom facing one of the worst famines in its history. The land was dry, the crops had failed, people were collapsing from hunger, walking miles just to find a little food. But behind the palace walls, the king was living a completely different life. Instead of helping his people, he ordered massive amounts of rose petals just to fill artificial lakes for his royal baths. Yes, while his subjects were begging for bread, he was relaxing in scented water, enjoying the sweet smell of roses. He believed rose water had magical powers, that it could keep him safe from disease and bad luck. So, even during a water shortage, he wasted it by the barrel. And it didn't stop there. He threw huge royal parties, golden dishes stacked with food, dancers wearing real jewels, music playing through the night echoing across villages where people hadn't eaten in days. Ministers warned him, priests begged him to help the starving. Even nature seemed to protest. Animals disappeared, rivers dried up, the skies stayed empty. But the king refused to listen. He said, "The true king must never look weak. Beauty and power go hand in hand." In his mind, keeping up appearances would somehow fix the famine. If the palace looked rich and lively, the kingdom would recover. But the truth was far from that. Rebellions began, temples were looted, people started fleeing the kingdom in search of food and safety. His once great empire began to fall apart. Today, history remembers this king not for his wisdom or victories, but for bathing in rose water, while his people starved outside his gates. A cruel reminder of what happens when power turns blind. And sadly, stories like this aren't rare. Throughout history, rulers who ignored their people's suffering often faced the same and lonely, powerless, and forgotten. If you like this dose of bizarre facts, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me the strangest thing you've ever learned in history. Who knows, it might end up in the next episode.